Standing with Ashley. I'm Ashley. I just pushed record and my child is gonna probably come and interrupt. I know my lighting sucks. Whatever. Alright, I'm here and I'm about to eat my salad. I just tried to replicate the only Italian restaurant in this town. They have this like really fucking delicious tortellini, sun-dried. I don't know what kind of sauce it is. So I tried to replicate it using like a little bit of Alfredo and a little bit of sun-dried tomato pesto and some sun-dried tomatoes, garlic, salt, a little bit of pepper, some mozzarella. It wasn't perfect, but it was yummy. So now I'm gonna eat my salad. Anyway, I would buy that food, but it's so expensive. Okay, so technically this is a wrap up or what is the word? Debrief. The word is debrief. I know my lighting sucks. I'm literally, I don't know, whatever. Okay, so we had one customer, and it was the next door neighbor boy. Well, like there's an abandoned home next to us, so they're on the other side of that. And he is the youngest of 5 brothers, okay? So what we saw, or what he did, so he came over with a friend and he was like, hi, can I do this for free? And I was like, no, because this is my business, it's $7. And then he left for a little while and I was like, okay, whatever. And then he came back and he was like, hi. And I was like, did you get your money? And he's like, I got $4. And I was like, it's $7. You have to do $7. And so he was like, okay. He walked away all mopey. I'm like, I don't want you to be sad. And I figured he wasn't gonna come back, but then he came back, and you know where he was going? He was going home to do chores quick to make money to come here. And I was like, oh, my heart. So he came back with his little $7, and he did a painting, and then he did some clay, and then he did some, I don't know, some popsicle sticks and other stuff. And then he was like, okay, I'm gonna leave, because I was having a hard time with Niall. And then he came back with graham crackers, and I was like, hi, are you gonna do more art? And I'm like, I think I was just gonna clean up, because it's like 3:15. I was like, no one's gonna come here for 45 minutes, and if they do, I'm not gonna allow it, because that's annoying, you know? It's like closing time. Oh my god, my computer's gonna, oh, is that why my lighting sucks? Anyway, I need to get my charger. Hang on, I'll be right back. Back to my office quick. You know, I always leave you guys in the ADHD way. I gotta move this box. Oh, I love this song. Okay. Harley, do not touch my salad. I'm gonna take it with me. Hey, anyway. Okay. You get you all plugged in. Alright. So. Oh, better. Maybe my lighting wasn't that awful for you guys. Okay. Anyway. Hey. So. Then he was like, I'll help you clean up. And Niall and I had gotten into it when he left. So I was like, buddy, just stay in here, you know. Because, like, what he was doing is, okay, so Niall's in charge of the candy shop. And instead of selling candy, we are opening every piece of candy. And also a lot of clay, which I should have known. Anyway, so I was like at this point where I'm like, no, like, you need to stop asking me to open stuff for you, because what are you even doing with it? And so I think it was a little bit of jealousy around mommy talking to another kiddo. You know, and, you know, we haven't done art space in a long time, and I've been trying to explain, like, hey, that's what we're going to be doing. But, of course, it's difficult because it's only a one-sided communication for the most part, you know? Like, he can't ask questions and stuff. So we run into challenges. And so, anyway, when he came back to help me clean up, I was like, why don't you come inside and hang out now? Because I'm pretty sure now wants a friend. because now kind of he had a moment where he was like upset, like really upset, and I was like, ugh, you know. And so I'm like, I'm doing the best I can, but like I'm more than just a mother. You know, it's about finding balance. Okay, we're 6 years in motherhood. It's time for me to also have other things to do. And so, oh god, I love this song. Anyway, so he's like, I'm scared of your dogs, and I was like, okay, well just come inside. And so like, I don't know if you know, I mean you can see my part of the house. But I just got us one of those punching things from TikTok Shop, and we have the music studio, and I got one of those like ab cruncher machines. Anyway, so I was like, come on in. And so I was like, Niall, your friend is here, and you know, and autistic folks, we do a lot of parallel play where like we don't really play with each other, we more like do our own thing together. So neighbor kid was like playing with the drums, and then I was playing with the drums, and you know, I think there was still a little bit of only kid syndrome in the midst of this. But then I was like, why don't we go out in the yard, and I'll go with you and like escort you around the dogs. And so we met the dogs, and they were chill. And then he was like, oh my gosh, I see why you guys never leave your house. I was like, yeah. So they played on the trampoline, and like they were swinging, and like it was really sweet, because like we don't have friends, okay? So the takeaway of this, so I was like, okay, you do what you want, and then I'm gonna go clean this mess up. And he followed me, and he was like, no, I'm gonna help you. And anyway, long story short is I think I got the helper I need. And I don't think I'm going to find a better price than this, because he said $5 a day to help set up. He was like, I'll be over tomorrow at 8 o'clock. And I was like, no, you can come at 9, just because like, I don't know if I need to be up at that time or whatever. And so, yeah, hopefully other people come. I don't know if I'm going to start paying him yet, because I'm like, if you're the only customer, I'm not going to need your help. But I tried to tell him, I was like, so today I was like, well, before he said the $5 thing, I was like, well, you can come for free tomorrow for helping me, you know, it's like a bartering system, as you know, which I do. But because it's the neighbor, you know, he's there, and it's easy, and so, you know, I was like, so he's the youngest, he's a twin, and he is the youngest of 5. And his mom does DoorDash, and she delivered one of our pizzas a couple weeks ago, and he was in the passenger seat, and I was like, you look familiar, but because they're twins, I'm like, they all look the same, honestly, literally. Hey! No, we're not going out. No, we're out there, not there. No, come on, no, I'm just using the light. Oh my god. Okay, I'm ready for you to be done not listening to me today. So anyway, long story short, Niall has a friend, and Niall's friend loves all of the equipment at her house, which is great. And so I told him, I'm like, you're welcome to come over here. And I was asking him about his brothers and stuff, and he was like, they're bullies. And I was also asking him about, like, because he's 9, so he's 3 years older than Niall. What was that? He's in 4th grade. But these kids, like the next door neighbor kids, I mean, I've always seen them, like, they're growing up, like, their parents are raising them like it's the 90s, like, and so I was asking him questions about, like, how do you feel, like, do you feel safe in this community, like, because, like, these kids go everywhere, and his dad's always yelling, and, like, nah, I can hear his dad yelling, because they usually go to the middle school on, like, the weekends, and they just run around, they do whatever the fuck they want, they've got 4-wheelers, like, they're crazy kids, and so I'm excited, because he's like a solid kid, and I think he's got a good head on his shoulders, and it's really exciting. And I like how he's like, because I was like asking him, I'm like, are your brothers, do they like to do art? And he was like, no. But anyway, so I'm very excited because Niall has a friend. I was telling him about the college course. I was like, you should come if you want, because he's like very artistic, and he's really good at math, he said, and he like tutors kids at school. And I was like, oh my god, like, this is just, like, an answered prayer, because I'm tired, and I need some help, and that looked different in my mind. Obviously, I wasn't expecting a 9-year-old to come help me. But, I'm really glad to have someone that Niall can play with, And he's nice to him. He's really sweet, actually. He's like very patient. So I'm gonna have to talk to his dad, tell him he's doing a good job, because he is. He's a solid kid. And so that is exciting. And I told him, I was like, well, I was gonna hire some high schoolers, but they don't seem very fucking interested. So I mean, I didn't say that, but that's exciting. So it was a good day. I think we have some boundaries. Oh, that was mine. If you want one, just go get it from the fridge. I'll open it for you. Mommy had one with my tortellini. But anyway, I need more kale. It's like a half salad. I have to get kale and kitty litter. I'm sure more. I'll come up with more things. Hey, don't shake it up like that. Here. We did get a package from Baby Daddy today with some Halloween decorations to do this. I did go ahead and buy a third canopy. But I did actually end up moving the shop over here by my front door, so I didn't have to be out there worried about it. Because the way I had it set up, it was all the way, like, in the alley. And I was like, anyone could just come and, like, pocket this shit. So I moved it closer to the door and in the shade. Which was actually really good. And way less work for me. So, I think, but yeah, it was really sweet. I mean, he helped me with the chairs, and then Niall started helping. I left that part out. Niall started helping then. Right, baby? You started helping too. Don't roll your eyes at me. So, that was nice. So, all three of us got it all picked up together. It was really sweet. Niall started taking the little tables. That 9-year-old is strong as fuck. So anyway, he used all of the equipment. He was using my weights and working out and punching and shit. And I was like, whatever, I don't care. It's just interesting because I've never been in this stage of life where we have... Niall has friends over. So I'm like sitting here thinking about what it was like being a kid going to my friends' houses. Because that's where I like grew up. I like did not stay at home at all. And so it was nice. The dogs did jump on them a little bit. Because I didn't go out there with them the second time. But he was alright. He's a tough kid. I see him like hopping his gate and or his fence all the time. And I told him those things too. I kind of like placed those boundaries. I was like, so Niall, I let him know about like elopement risks with autistic kids, and like we have really strong boundaries around like certain ways, and which is very different for him. I mean, his parents are just like be home by. Very much like the 90s, like be home by the time that the streetlights come on, right? So I told him that his brothers could come if they were respectful. They could come, and he's like, they're not. And I was like, okay, well then just you for now, because I don't need all the extra stress. We have a little bit of issues with keeping our hands to ourselves on terms of Niall. So I kind of reminding him, like, keep your hands to yourself. Like, your friend's body is not your body to touch. Because he touches me a lot, and I tell him that all the time. I'm like, stop touching me. Like, I don't like to be touched, first of all. And second of all, yes, I'm your mother, but you can't just, like, walk up and touch people. Like, you need to keep your hands to your motherfucking self. Like, so anyway, it went really well. I think that hopefully we'll have more folks. I think Saturday is going to be a good day for us. I do have an outfit picked out for tomorrow. I did wear very uncomfortable shoes against my better judgment that match. And now my feet hurt. But I just wanted to let you know. So we made $7 today. $2 if I end up paying this child for his help. But I don't know. I think $5 a day is a lot cheaper than what I was gonna give to the high schoolers. So it's $10 a weekend. It's for the help. I mean, he was like ready to help. I have like these little. I showed you guys these like laundry baskets or hampers that I keep all the folding chairs in. So it's like 6 folding chairs plus the hamper thing. This kid was just like picking it up, and I was like, wow. I like don't remember being 9. And so then I was thinking about like the art space that we were doing at the community building, and the girl that I had to set like those very firm boundaries with. I think she was 9 when we started that. Yeah, because then she was 10. 9 and then 10. But it went well, and so it was really sweet. And the boys, I mean, even just seeing Niall mimic, because Niall's a doer. He watches and then does, right? So having that influence was actually really good. Niall and I are still working on our boundaries, but I think having a third person in this space was really nice. We're not used to that. Did you like having your friend over? You have a friend. Did you know that he lives really close? And it's also nice because he's my neighbor. And he knows what's up, so if he ever sees Niall, it'd be nice. Oh, this is yummy. Okay, I'm gonna eat and take care of myself and him. It's 5:38, but it feels like it's like 10. So it's been a long day, and we're gonna do it again for the next 2 days. I'm not used to this. I was feeling very drained, like in the very beginning, because it was just like a lot of emotional having to mother while facilitate a new space. But he got very comfortable very quickly. And so I said that to him too. I was like, so it's like a really easy space for me to navigate, but like, how do you feel about like going in there and grabbing stuff? And he was like back and forth, getting things, and it was good. So I'm glad we had someone show up. It's okay. I think everything happens for a reason. I'm really, really happy. I mean, the kid came over to our house like 7 times. So I was like, finally, I'm like, just come in here. Come hang out with us, right? Yeah, we're all done out there. I have to go out there and lock up, actually. But yeah, it was good. It was sweet. So, alright, have a good one.